How to believe anything is possible. Yes, I am making this video from a crazy situation that I'm going to share with you today, but it's really going to open your eyes to how to believe anything is possible, because it absolutely is. I have manifested millions in my life. I've helped other people manifest millions. You can manifest millions, and that is what we're going to be talking to in this video.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So let me just kind of get right to it, because I think that there's so many people that make videos about manifestations and how, law of attraction and how to make things happen. But I'm going to tell you, it really starts with believing. It really does. So when we're talking about achieving and believing anything is possible, achieving all of your goals, achieving all of your dreams, just like creating a really fabulous life for yourself, it's really going to come down to what you believe is possible for you. Okay, so let me say that again, because this is so important. It really comes down to what you believe is possible for you. And that is something I think all of us have struggled with. I'm going to just speak for myself, okay? I used to think that, everything wasn't possible and everyone couldn't be this or everyone couldn't be that. I used to didn't even think people could have lots of money. But now that I have changed my mindset, I've been able to achieve things on a massive level. I've been able to have opportunities that I never thought was possible. And I get to live the life that I want to live. And even one of them being this video here, this podcast, this, wherever you're enjoying this thing right here that I'm doing, where I'm just speaking my mind and just teaching you something that I know. So I'm literally sitting here a few days after, my birthday, and I did a different type of video. Make sure you watch that video about how you create wealth and how you, overcome any obstacle. And now I'm starting to talk about things that I want to talk about. Now that I've taken the time to teach you about how to build your business credit and how to, get real estate with no money and bad credit, and how to fix your personal credit and how to do all these things that Noel has done to achieve this awesome life. But the main thing that I did, besides all of the real estate, besides all of the credit, the money, all of the cars and all of the different things, the main thing, the most important thing that I did to achieve all of this was to change my mindset. Okay. And I had to start believing that anything was possible for me. I had to stop disbelieving. I had to, number one, and this is the first lesson, is I had to let go of skepticism. I had to stop being a skeptic of everything. I had to stop being cynical about everything and, not believing things. I'll tell you a really, really funny thing. Okay. This is funny now. I used to not believe and argue with people that Jay-Z and Beyonce just were like not that rich. I mean, I was like the most cynical, skeptical person. And, now that I'm not saying that I know those two people, but now that I know lots of different celebrities and athletes and people, I realize that we're all just normal people. I used to put these people on this pedestal, on the shelf, thinking that they were so much different than me. And they had these lives that I couldn't have. And it really was kind of jealousy, if I have to be honest. From my perspective, it was just jealousy as to why I didn't believe that they had manifested these things, that they had created these great lives, that they had these great marriages. I just did not think that that was possible, because it was not what I was reflecting in my life and what I believed about myself. That was the problem. And so as I started to believe that anything was possible for myself and started to change my outlook, then I could start to see that these people probably were as rich as they were, because I was able to manifest those same money. And I had to open my mind, and now I'm able to attract those type of people to me. And now they're my clients. They're people that I help put their real estate portfolios together. These are people that I help, invest in my fund. These are people that have committed millions of dollars, different celebrities that I at one point used to mimic and think that they were faking their lives and faking their wealth. And it's just not true. And so let's get to the real point of this. If you're like me, if you like how I was, listen to me. If you were how I used to be, then the real lesson is you have to do what I did and start to change how you see yourself. And that means changing how you talk to yourself, changing where you go, changing the car that you drive, maybe changing the neighborhoods that you'll drive through, maybe changing the friends that you have, maybe changing the foods that you eat and the restaurants that you go to. Just start to change yourself and move towards what you want for yourself, whatever that may be. If you want to lose weight, if you want to, create more money for yourself, if you want to create a better relationship for yourself, if you want to be more confident, you don't want to be bullied anymore, whatever it is that you want to create for yourself, is going to start with what you believe about yourself. And so you really have to believe and know, because it is true, that anything is possible. Anything is possible. Yes, absolutely anything. You have to become kind of childlike in this, because anything really is possible. There was a time when I lived in my parents' basement, literally broke, bankrupt, multiple foreclosures, bad credit, college dropout, now today I have multiple degrees and I live in a beautiful life, and things still happen in my life though. So let me tell you a quick story. The house that I'm living in right now is actually one of our rental properties. This is a beautiful home. It was a property that we got for New Res. We have a documentary coming out just kind of explaining how we got this duplex. But I literally had to move in here for a couple of months because we had a fire at our old house, and that was a rental property that we were staying in. But the long story short is you just kind of roll with the punches and know that everything is always working out for you, because quite frankly, this was not bad to be able to live here. It actually was closer to my kids' school, so it's a quicker drive. I just started to have appreciation. There's people that have a fire in their home and they're displaced. They have to go to a hotel, or they have to go live in a homeless shelter. Literally, when we had the fire department people from the city were coming and offering us cards to help us find another place to stay. So just know that you are probably very blessed. You probably have a lot to be appreciative for. You probably have a lot to be grateful for. And each morning when you wake up in the morning, if you want to start changing the way you see things, if you want to start believing that anything is possible, if you want to believe that anything is possible, then you need to start believing that anything is possible for you. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what other people told you about what's possible for you. Just start to believe that things are different for you in your own self. And so one of the exercises that I'm going to give to you and share with you that worked for me like magic and has helped me create some of the things in my life, and me again just wanting to share with you some of the things that worked for me in real life. Like I said, I was rich in real life before I ever came onto YouTube. But more importantly, it's something that you can do. Literally, I think the month before, YouTube sent me like $61,000, and then last month it was like $55,000. Just unheard of, the opportunity with YouTube. And so a quick sidebar, you can get on YouTube too. You can get on TikTok. You can be more out there if you want to. You can start speaking. You can, start your own business. You can buy real estate. You can, have the car that you want. You really and truly can have anything that you want. You can have anything that you want. You can be anything that you want. You can do anything that you want. And it is going to start in your mind. And so back to what I said, my first exercise that I did when I was changing my mindset and becoming this multimillionaire person with this abundant mindset, was to change what I did in the morning. And I had to wake up in the morning and have gratitude and be thankful. And before I even got out of my bed, just start thanking and being grateful for all of the different things in my life. Just thankful for a warm bed, thankful for the sheets, thankful for the pillow, thank you for air conditioning or heat, thank you for warm PJs, thank you for a soft pillow. And I could just go on and on because I do this every single morning before I get out of bed. I just am thankful and appreciative for different things in my life, just the simple things, not, thankful for my private jet or thankful for, my 25 properties. That's not it. I'm thankful for just being alive. And that's how you should start your day. So that's the first exercise. The second thing, of course, is saying your affirmations. If you want to start changing how you see yourself and changing what you believe, you need to start affirming that to yourself. So your I ams, what you say to yourself: I am strong, I am smart, I am capable, I am worthy, I am a millionaire, I am a billionaire. Whatever it is that again, that you want to create in your life, you start to affirm it and you say those affirmations to yourself in the morning every single day. I've done it for years, okay? It's probably been 4 or 5 years of me just having some of these morning routines, and I'm not going to get into every single routine. In fact, I've made an entire video. I'll put a link to that in the playlist, so you can watch that entire playlist on the morning routine of a millionaire and how you start to create some of these exact same things for you. Like I said, I just want to make sure that you have this information, that you're starting to change your life, that you're putting in the comment box and telling me all of your awesome manifestations and changes. And I read every comment. I just want to make sure I'm being a resource to you. This is what fulfills me in my life, even though I'm a millionaire, I'm a mom of 5, I'm a mentor, I have a lot going on. But more importantly, and the most important thing in my life is trying to give back to other people. And I want you to do the exact same thing too. Learn, do, teach. Learn this stuff, do it, practice it in your life, and then start teaching it to others. That is how we will change the world together. All right, to your success. I'm giving away my brand new book, Real Estate Millionaire Secrets, absolutely free. Just go to noellsfreebook.com. That's Noelle, Noelle with an S, noellsfreebook.com. My new book, Real Estate Millionaire Secrets, tells you the true story of how to invest in real estate as a beginner. I started with no money, bad credit, bankruptcies, and multiple foreclosures, and I became a millionaire in real estate. And I tell you all about how I do it, and I show you exactly how you can do it too, with not just secrets, but I also give you templates and some scripts and things like that, recaps, so that you can learn and implement everything in this book. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.